All right, what's up, y'all? Welcome. Let me turn this air down real quick. All right, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to a new video. Been a minute. I'm gonna update on a few things real quick before we get this session in. One, the cut is going really well. I'm down about, I would say from my heaviest to my lowest weigh-in, probably about 10 pounds. If you're going off weekly average, maybe like 8 or 9 pounds, something like that. But feeling a lot better, a lot healthier, a lot leaner. My blood pressure is better. Everything's better when I'm doing cardio, and I'm a little bit lighter. So the plan for me, or the plan right now with Kedrick, is to get down to like 104 kilos, which will be what, like 229, which will be under 230, which I haven't been under 230 in I don't know how long. And then from there, I kind of just want to feel it out, see how my body feels there, see how strong I feel there. My deadlift, I don't know if y'all have been keeping up with my Instagram, but my deadlift, conventional deadlift, has been progressing really well while I've been cutting this whole time. My bench still feels good. I'm not hitting it with as much volume, so it's hard to tell, like, okay, yeah, my strength's down a little bit, but is it just because I'm not doing as much work, or is it because the cut, right? Maybe a little bit of both. But I'm starting to ramp the volume up there, so we're gonna see like where it's really at, right, in this next like block or two. And then squat, obviously I'm dealing with the adductors, so that the strength is down there because I can't squat really. So yeah, so doing a box squat, doing a bell squat, and that's pretty much all I'm doing for my legs. The leg mass seems to be there. It's just that obviously I can't do a full range of motion squat with heavy weight yet. So but yeah, the cut is going well though. We'll probably do a little physique update in the back room. You know, the lighting, anyone who's watched my videos, that lighting in the back room is like really nice. So I'll probably do a little physique update back there after I get the pump, just see what I'm looking like. Obviously, I'm not gonna, that's gonna be an exaggerated version of how well the cut's going, because I'm gonna have a pump and I'm gonna have that lighting, but a lot leaner than I was. Yeah, so got bench today. It's my secondary day. I'm hitting triples at like RP 6 or 7. Probably push a little bit over 400, hopefully. I want everything to be clean. I want the technique to be good. For the foot position, I ended up going somewhere in the middle, right? Of like, I used to have my feet way underneath me and turned out, and then I tried to go way forward like the small guys do. And then I just realized, like, look, I'm not one of these small guys that just soft touches. My sink point was just really off with my feet forward like that. And I tried it for 2 blocks, right? I tried it for 10 weeks. So it's not like I didn't give it like a full try. And it just wasn't good for me, and it didn't feel strong. So I'm back to feet underneath. I'm talking a lot right now. I could be telling y'all this inside. I'm back to feet underneath, but I have my feet more forward, right? So that my heel could be on the ground and my foot's not turned out. I'll show y'all when we get inside. But somewhere kind of in between. Feet are still underneath me, but I feel really strong here. And the sink, I feel like I can consistently sink in the same spot. It's probably because I've just been doing it for so long. I've had my feet under me like that for 10 plus years, however long I've been benching. So just to try to change it, it's just not gonna feel comfortable. It might take like a whole year to feel comfortable, and I don't really have time to do a whole year. So yeah, that's all I got for right now. Been a minute. Excited to record again. Numbers been down. The way I've been training has been very conservative, especially through the first like 3 to 4 weeks of the block. So it's just a lot less exciting to record. But now that I'm getting leaner, now that the deadlift is going up, I'm a little bit more excited. So gonna get inside, get this working. Finishing off this Elemental Formulations pre. I'm not sponsored by anybody right now, which is dope, because it's like back when I first started training, when you could just try whatever pre, right? You're always excited to just try a new pre at the end of a tub. You could just try something new. That's kind of where I'm at right now. So I'm drinking Elemental Formulations. I'll probably try the Gym, I think it's called Gym, the brand that Jesus is with, because he's been hyping that up a little bit to me. And then maybe I'll try like the 110%. I'm gonna try all the different ones that I know are clean, and just enjoy taking pre, like make it like a, you know, like a tasting, like a wine connoisseur, but pre connoisseur. But yeah, that's all I got. Let's go inside. Let's work. Wait. All right, Joe. Just the last switch we're making with the feet. It's the most comfortable. Like I said, feet under me is the most comfortable. So like I tried that shit for 10 weeks, did not feel right for all 10 weeks. So feet are back under me, Only difference is normally when I would get my feet under me, I would turn them out like this, and it would always result in like the side of my foot being up, and so it would be like an iffy call. It would be like an iffy call for the ref on if my heel was up or not. So created too many issues. It's already happened at like 2 worlds where they've like made me re-rack or made me wait for a press or a start command. So now the only difference is I'm doing my feet under me, but I'm just keeping my toe angle more forward. So. No, I'm asking how much did you just hit?
Oh, 53.
All right, y'all, just finish up with bench. Y'all saw me doing that feet up variation. One, I'm just trying to build more mass on the pecs, and it's like less specific, right? We're really far away from comp. Also, it's like kind of like it's like a limiting variation, right? I can only go so heavy with it, and I'm just getting back into the close grip as a secondary bench movement. So for a while, I was just doing dumbbells for like the past 10 weeks. Now I'm doing something more specific, but again, I'm choosing like an in-between variation that's like not as specific, if that makes sense. So something in the middle kind of. So 275 on that. That's pretty much, maybe I'll get up to like 303, maybe 315, like towards the end of the block, depending on how my pecs feel and how strong it feels. But again, just a movement to kind of hold me back a little bit. Doing the hammer change row. This has been the same. My shit's been super repetitive too, right? So that's another reason I haven't recorded as much, because I've been building up the same movements over the last 15 weeks, just trying to get really good at them. Proficient at the movement, right? And then get stronger at the movement. And then hopefully, in turn, we build some muscle there. So that's kind of been the idea of it. But I've been doing the same like accessories for like 15 weeks now. So I've been working up to like 4 plates on this pretty easily, not too much struggle. And then I do that AMRAP on the last set with partials. So we're doing 3 sets of 8, and then but that last set will probably be like 12 to 13, and some of those reps being partial. All right, y'all, AMRAP set right here. And then like I said, we finishing it off with partials. God damn, bro. Bruh. Second time this fucking seat just drops out from underneath my ass. Sheesh. Let me see. What we got? Oh, this arm looks like trash. Go back to this one. All right. Got a quick 3x8 hammer curls. Usually, sometimes I do 4 on this day, sometimes I do 3. Just depends how fatigued my biceps are. I've been pushing them really hard. 2 to 3 times a week, anywhere from like 4 to like, other day I did like 8 sets. So today I'm just gonna do 3. They're pretty cooked. We're gonna do 50s on the hammer curl, AMRAP. I'm hoping for like maybe 10, maybe 12, something like that. Let's see.
Yeah, that's the last thing to go for me, bro. All right, last set here on tricep push down. Same thing, pushing all the last sets to failure. This is not something I do like when I'm in prep. Pretty sure I've talked about this before, but I kind of reserve all the off-season work, or when not prep work. I guess there's not really an off-season, but reserve that for when I'm really gonna push the accessory. So pretty much the last set on every accessory, as long as I'm not feeling any pain, any joint pain, any tendon pain, I'm gonna push to failure, and then, like I said, do those partials at the end. Like I said, we're about 10 pounds, 8 to 10 pounds down, depending on how you're tracking it. Based on weekly average, about 8 to 9 pounds down. Obviously, how I look right now, I don't look like this like when I wake up. This is only like pump with this down lighting, but huge improvement over where I was like getting back from Italy. I went from basically like not squatting at all, not really training at all for 3 weeks, only eating carbs and drinking wine. That's really all I did in Italy, eat pizza and shit. And then obviously now I'm dialed in on everything. We're dropping the weight, getting a little bit leaner. I want to lose about 6 to 7 more pounds and then see how I feel. Eventually one day I would like to see what I look like at like 215 to 220. I feel like I would be really lean. Obviously I already have like 4-pack, some veins and shit here at 235. So one day I'll go down there, but gotta wait till we're done like competing and shit. Be too counterproductive to lose that much weight right now. So hit a couple poses. Let's see. See what it look like from the back. Just got finished up, productive session. Just want to talk to y'all real quick about some of the reasons I'm kind of not recording as much, and some changes I made to my training, which I might have talked about this already, but I'm just kind of reiterate it here. So obviously, if anyone's been watching me for an extended period of time, you know exactly my only issue, like in terms of like getting better at this sport right at this point, is just injuries, right? It's like every time I start picking up momentum or I start getting really strong, I run into something, an injury that stops me from doing that, right? And so obviously we've tried a bunch of different things. I've seen people, I've seen physical therapists, I've seen chiros, rehab people, everything, right? And all that shit, I'm not saying that shit doesn't help, but you always got to go back to like, what is the number one reason why your body hurts, right? And this is what I tell all my guys, right? Is in my mind, it always comes back to load. Like, how much are we loading that tissue? And can that tissue tolerate that load? And if the tissue cannot tolerate the amount of load we're giving it, then that's when you experience pain, right? So like my adductors, people keep asking me like, what happened to my adductor? It's not that at one point I was going down and my adductor popped or I strained my adductor or anything like that. That's happened in the past, but that's not what happened this time. This time I had back-to-back preps. I was doing low bar 2 times a week. I was doing sumo 2 times a week. Obviously that's a lot of strain on your adductor. Over time, my adductor was exposed to too much load. This is the way I see it. My adductor was exposed to too much load. It couldn't handle it, and then I started to experience pain, right? For me, it feels really high. I'm assuming it's tendon, right? Because it progressively got worse. And anyways, that's something I'm still dealing with at this point, right? So at some point, you have to be like, okay, I continue to get hurt. We're squatting 2 times a week. We're doing this 2 times a week, and I continue to get hurt, right? So there's something, we have to make a change there. We can't just keep doing the same thing and Joey's on the same page with me. We can't just keep doing the same thing. We have to make an adjustment there. Since I've been hurt, I've just been programming myself, not because I feel like I need to, but it's just because me and Joey are pretty much on the same page. I know what I need to do to rehab myself. He knows what I need to do. So I'm just kind of getting myself through this. And then once I'm 100% healthy, we're going to link back up, collaborate, and then decide exactly what the path forward is to continue to get stronger, but without getting injured, right? So I'm saying all that to say, the reason why I'm recording less is because the first like 3 weeks of my blocks right now, I'm doing like 5-week blocks. That's how I'm programming for myself. The first 3 weeks are so incredibly light, especially on squat and deadlift, that it's like almost not even worth recording. It's so boring because I'm like forcing myself to go really light and allow myself to build momentum into like that week 5. So far in the last 2 blocks, it's worked really well, right? I hit a 705 triple for a PR on my first block. I hit a 730 double for my PR on the second block. And now at the end of this block, I'm doing a single. But again, week 1, I'm planning on hitting like a 770-ish plus single, right? At least that's what's in my head. That's what I kind of have mapped out. But week 1 was like 620 pounds. Like, nobody gives a fuck about me deadlifting 620 pounds. Neither do I. I don't give a fuck to record it either, and I don't give a fuck to show anybody. So that's why the recording's been less, just because I know the training itself is not exciting. And it's like, if I'm not providing y'all some type of motivation or some type of insight, then it's like, what am I making the video for, right? That's kind of what my mindset is on it. But today's video, I obviously have something to tell you about bench. My bench is getting a little bit stronger again. I was repping over 4. I'm getting leaner. There's some stuff to update on, so now I'm making a video, right? So that's it. Just to give like some explanation of where I've been. Yeah, I want to provide some value. But these next 3 weeks, so this is like week 3 of this block. I think I'm gonna deadlift like 680. That's kind of the plan. Obviously depending on how the day goes, how things are moving. And then the next 2 weeks will be over 700, and then obviously that week 5 we're hoping to hit like 770 plus. So I'm gonna record on all those days. I'm gonna get y'all videos on all those days. Yeah, and as of right now, the way I'm progressing these blocks is working very well for me to be strong, for me to predict when I'm gonna be strong, which is like in week 5, which is something that maybe I haven't done too much in the past. In the past, it's kind of been more up and down. It's like, hey, I'm strong on a week 2 or week 3, I'm gonna take what's there, and that means I'm gonna push a little bit. Hey, I'm weak on a week 4, I'm gonna pull back. And why I don't think there's an issue with that, I was still progressing over time. I kind of want to force myself to go lighter for most of the block, because I feel like that's what my tendons can handle, and I feel like that's how I'm going to stay the healthiest. When I'm kind of predicting when I'm going to push, and then I know, hey, next week I'm pulling back no matter what. I'm not going to push a week. I'm not going to push an RP 5-6 day because I feel strong. You know what I mean? I'm never going to do that anymore, which in the past, that's something I used to do, right? So that's kind of my thought process on it right now. It's working well for deadlift. Obviously, I'm not squatting right now, so it's hard to really know how it's going to work when we're having to handle squat and deadlift volume. I'm squatting, but I'm squatting to a box, and I'm squatting a lot lighter. So when I start picking up on squat again, right now we're doing 1 time squat, 1 time deadlift. Once I get 100% healthy, I want to try my best to progress on 1 time squat and 1 time deadlift. I don't know if it's going to happen. I don't know if it's possible for me at this stage, for me to do that little amount of like specific work and get better, but that's kind of what I'm leaning towards, because it's one thing we haven't tried, and I need to stay healthy. I need to stay healthy. That's it. If I can stay healthy, and even if I'm just progressing 5 keys here, 5 keys a year, I'm going to be better than I've been in these last 2 years, because in these past 2 years my total has not gone up at all, right? Since March 2021, when I hit that workout meet, my total hasn't gone up at all. So even if I'm getting stronger very slowly, and I'm just not getting hurt, then that's gonna be the way forward, right? So yeah, that's all I got for y'all. Long way of saying I'm training a little bit easier. I'm trying to train a little bit smarter, and that's why the training is a little bit more boring. But anyways, I am really happy with how training's going. I'm really happy with how the cut's going. I feel like I'm maintaining strength well. I feel strong. This cut's probably gonna last another like 5, maybe 6 weeks. And then after that, we're flipping into maintenance mode, and I think I'll really start seeing the lifts come back, especially like bench, and then hopefully my adductor can get a little bit better there. So that's all I got for this video. I appreciate y'all watching. Like I mentioned at the beginning, I'm not with any supplement brand, but I am still with 100 and I am still with SBD. Those are 2 companies I really rock with. I love their stuff. I wear the slippers every single session. I wear the one hun clothes like whenever I wash clothes and it's clean. And then obviously SBD, I rock with SBD. So if you want to support, the links will be in the bio. But yeah, that's all I got for this video. I appreciate y'all watching. I appreciate the support. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.